Big breakthrough. In fact, let's put the lines out. I'm giving out the details. Big breakthrough as the Supreme Court hears the FIFA ban scandal. I'm going to get Rhythm as well on the phone line. Let's go across to her. Supreme Court has said there should be elections in accordance. AIFF constitution should be revised in accordance with FIFA. Swapnil, it's a big one.
Yes, absolutely, Ranjan. There is no question about it that this is a great order. The Supreme Court is trying to remove all sorts of biases and arbitrariness as far as administration of any sports body is concerned, and it is ensuring that there is meritocracy that prevails at the end of the day. So the likes of greats of Baichung Bhutia do not have to come knocking at the doors of the courts trying to ventilate their grievances before a court of law. They would just be well within their place to go before the sports body, and the sports body comprising of objective people would be able to hear them objectively and pass appropriate orders in that regard. So the Supreme Court has ensured that the FIFA ban in some form is absolutely arbitrary. So obviously this would be modified, and the sports in this country would get a new fillip. And also at the same time, it is ensuring that the AIFF constitution ought to be revised for the simple reason that it brings in the elected members and ensures a more democratic process. So Niranjan, I'm glad that this hearing, as I said, should get over within half an hour or so, and it has gotten over, and the operative part has been given, and obviously a detailed order will follow within a few days, unless if they just want to give a small detailed order, it's a different thing. But I believe if they're dictating the whole order or just the operative part of the order, be that as it may, it's a great order, and I'm happy that you people have covered it the way it needs to. I repeat that, and you will see me repeating this because I believe that this is very important for the people of this country to know, because sports occupies a center stage, especially after the chess Olympiad, which got a great amount of fillip and boost not only just the sports part, but also the game of chess. I'm a professional chess player myself, so I'm very happy about that, but I'm very happy that the other sports is also getting another sort of a fillip as far as this is concerned, Niranjan. So this is a great order. I would love to read this order in detail when it comes out.
Breaking news update: Supreme Court ने AIFF का चुनाव एक हफ्ते में होना चाहिए. So that's a big news break. AIFF has been asked to hold elections within 1 week. Elections within the next 1 week. So I think that's a breakthrough. They're going all out. They're going all out to ensure that the elections are held at the earliest. Supreme Court for elections to be held at the earliest. I think this has worked out fantastically for India and India's prestige to hold that big sporting event in India. I think this is going to have a huge ramifications.
Yes, absolutely, Niranjan. There is no question that this is going to have great amount of ramification, not only in the FIFA body, but also across the sports committees, saying that there have to be elected members from the states. So there is adequate state representation so that no particular state is left out, and no particular individual of that particular state, if that individual is a superstar, say like Baichung Bhutia, also feels that his state will represent his cases rather than he himself having to come across to the Supreme Court. So this is something which is very, very good. The Supreme Court is ensuring a more of a demographic representation across in the sports body, so that the politics of any such state is left aside and not left at the arbitrariness of only a particular body, which then represents, if you've noticed, if you remember during cricketing selection also, Kapil Dev had a great amount of umbrage at the fact that the selection was being made arbitrarily when he was selected, and saying that a lot of others, people from the north were not selected, and some people from the south were being selected, or from the west were being selected. So even he was saying at that time, obviously that came to a not much after years of deliberation, and after ensuring that the more meritocratic people get into the cricketing body, and that's why India remains, and the BCCI is the richest body in the country, rather in the whole of Asia, I believe, or in the world possibly, as far as the cricketing body is concerned. And not only that, but also we have possibly the best, by far the best team of cricket. So this will percolate down to all the other states and all the other sports bodies, ensuring that sports is adequately represented, so that not only the male part, even the female part tomorrow is taken, so that the movies like Shabash Mittu get a great amount of leverage also, so that women get to represent and are not scoffed at the fact that they are playing cricket or playing something which was virtually more of a men's bastion. So, or a male bastion, to put it that way. So this is a great order in that sense. As I said, I would like to read the order in detail, Niranjan, but this is something which is very, very good, and it is asking for early elections. So it is ensuring, in a way, that it is going to take place under the tutelage or under the sort of an umbrella of the Supreme Court as such, though not officially, because obviously if the elections are not held within a week, then the aggrieved party will come to the Supreme Court and say that your order is being flouted and it's being a contempt of court. So this is something which is very, very excellent, very great for the nation as such, and not only for the nation, but even for the nation to be one of those sports superstar nations which we have so much talent and we've not been able to showcase it so far to the world. But this is one of those orders which is implementing, and I hope that none of this ever comes through to the Supreme Court ever again, so that more so the judicial time is spent in addressing the careers, the cases which are in arrears, and also more important cases which should hold or which should take time of the Supreme Court.
Yes, this is going to be a massive one. In fact, Akhilesh, who's our reporter inside the Supreme Court, is just breaking the story. Swapnil and Nupur. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा AIFF के जनरल सेक्रेटरी जनरल रोजाना का कामकाज देखेंगे. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने COA को भंग किया. Does that mean that they've disbanded the COA? Does that mean they've disbanded the COA? Tell me if I'm correct. Okay, the COA is disbanded. AIFF COA is disbanded. So there's complete revamp. So I think it's safe to say, Swapnil, that they've gone for a complete revamp of India's footballing body.
Well, absolutely.
This is huge.
Nupur, right. Nupur, I believe that is a very clear indication from the Supreme Court. It's in a very tacit way that the Supreme Court has said that the organization has not functioned effectively the way as it has been constituted. So obviously there needs to be a reconstitution of that. So let's disband it the way it is and let's start afresh. So the writing is very much there on the wall. It's a very subtle way of saying.
And they have said that it has to be as per the FIFA. The constitution should be as per the FIFA, requirements, which makes it even more symbolic, significant, making it at par with global norms, global standards. And I think this is exactly what FIFA also would have wanted. I don't know whether this amounts to intervention or the FIFA would be happy with what's happening here.
Well, Niranjan, I don't think FIFA has got any say as far as this is concerned. Even if it does not like the order, it has to go by what it is. That is the order of the Supreme Court, and that's what they have to abide by. Whether they like it or not, they may approach the Supreme Court within a week or two, saying that, look, let's revise this order a little bit because we're not happy with this or that. Let's tweak it a little bit. But I don't think the Supreme Court will be in any mood to entertain any such review petitions on that matter or any modifications of this order, because I think the Supreme Court has heard it effectively enough, and the FIFA will have to be first of all rectify its own course of passing this arbitrary ban. So obviously they will be on a very, very weak wicket even if they were to approach the Supreme Court again for a tweaking of the order if they do not like some aspect of it. But I think they are they would be well advised by the lawyers to keep shut and just go ahead with what the Supreme Court has ordered and just let this matter rest now, for the simple reason that the sports has emerged victorious and not the politics behind the sports. So that is what I am happy about.
Now, Mr. Kothari, at the heart of this, of course, is the Under-17 World Cup for women that takes place in India in October. And FIFA, of course, had written a letter to the government making extremely clear that they would like the AIFF to continue managing the affairs of, when it comes to that World Cup. Until then, what we understand was that they had withdrawn the accreditation of the AIFF. So how do you see this order in terms of the World Cup that's going to be held in October? Do you perhaps think that this is the Supreme Court's attempt to make sure that it does go ahead? Because if FIFA withdraws that accreditation, the World Cup cannot take place in India.
Well, I think FIFA would be well advised that this is just the initial start to that. They need to withdraw that. They need to withdraw that ban, as simple as that. Otherwise, I see another application of, to the Supreme Court asking for the ban to be lifted. So this is a clear indication that the FIFA would be well advised by the lawyers to go ahead and save time, save judicial time, and not rest and dwell upon its own ego, saying that our ban was appropriate and all of those things. So I believe this is a clear indication, Nupur, that from the Supreme Court saying that, look, we are passing an order within the precincts or within the purview of what has been applied for to us. Although under Article 141 we can go beyond the parameters of the application and pass an order that we deem fit in the interest of justice, but we are not doing that because the Supreme Court does not invoke Article 141. Very periodically it does so in very selective cases. So as far as this is concerned, the Supreme Court has given rather a direct indication. I wouldn't even say subtle, but a direct indication to the FIFA that look, your ban was absolutely inappropriate. I think India needs to be there on the center stage. So Nupur, as you rightly pointed out, that all of those things the FIFA would have to bear in mind. Otherwise, I'm sure there is another, scathing attack coming from the Supreme Court, more so in the near future, directly then to them. Because I believe that anybody who wants to host World Cup will approach the Supreme Court as far as lifting of the ban is concerned, if FIFA does not do so after looking at the orders of the Supreme Court today, because the indication is very clear that somewhere the Supreme Court feels that the ban is not appropriate or was not appropriate. So, Nupur, this is a very, very clear indication by the Supreme Court, and the speed with which it has heard the arguments and passed an order is clearly indicative of the definitive...
Just to interrupt you for a second, Mr. Kothari, we are given to understand that the Supreme Court has said that the order is being passed in the hope that FIFA will revoke the suspension of the AIFF and the Under-17 Women's World Cup. It will be held in India. Now, in case the desired result is not achieved, the court will consider further orders. So would you say then, Mr. Kothari, that this is perhaps an interim order that's coming in?
This is a very, very direct warning to the FIFA body that please do it. Otherwise, we are right there. We'll come out on our own and we'll literally lift that ban ourselves, because we have the powers to do so under Article 141, as I said. We can do it suo motu. We do not have to wait for anybody applying for this, because we believe India needs to be on the center stage. So as I rightly told you before in my previous bite, just before you read this out, so it's right there in front of you. What I